garden oasis where every bloom is perfect. God sees us not just as we are, but as we will be. God's garden oasis where every bloom is perfect. God sees us not just as we are, but as we will be.
The cross, the structure Jesus Christ was hung on to die. Crucifixion was reserved for slaves, insurrectionists, and the worst of the worst criminals. It was a slow and painful death. Many people hung for days before death. Jesus didn't die from being hung. He gave up his spirit, according to Matthew chapter 27, verse 50. And Galatians chapter 2, verse 20 reminds us, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who lives, but Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. They nailed him up at 9 o'clock in the morning. The charge against him, the King of the Jews, was printed on a poster. Along with him, they crucified two criminals, one on his right and the other on his left. People passing along the road jeered, shaking their heads in mock lament. You brag that you could tear down the temple and then rebuild it in 3 days. So show us your stuff. Save yourself. If you're really God's son, come down from that cross. The high priests, along with the religious scholars, were right there mixing it up with the rest of them, having a great time, poking fun at him. He saved others, but he can't save himself. Messiah, is he? King of Israel? Then let him climb down from that cross. We'll all become believers then. Even the men crucified alongside him joined in the mockery.